Apple has been quietly working on something that could change the tech industry forever, and it just leaked. Reports reveal that Apple is developing its own secret AI chip, designed specifically to supercharge artificial intelligence and challenge Google, NVIDIA, and Microsoft in one of the biggest battles of the decade. This isn't just about faster iPhones or smoother Siri responses. It's about Apple positioning itself at the center of the AI revolution. So what is this secret chip? Why is Google worried? And how could it change the future of AI? Let's dive in. For years, Apple has been known for building some of the most advanced chips in consumer tech. The A-series processors in iPhones and the M-series chips in Macs have set industry standards for performance and efficiency. But when it comes to AI, Apple has lagged behind. Google has its tensor processing units, NVIDIA dominates with its GPUs, and Microsoft has been investing heavily in AI infrastructure. Apple, by contrast, has kept its AI efforts mostly hidden, until now. According to multiple leaks, Apple's secret project is a dedicated AI server chip, nicknamed Apple GPT Silicon by insiders. Unlike the neural engines built into iPhones and Macs, this chip isn't for personal devices. It's designed for massive data centers, the kind of infrastructure needed to power advanced generative AI models. Think of ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude, but built and run entirely on Apple's own hardware. Why is this such a big deal? Because right now, Apple is one of the only major tech giants that doesn't control the back-end infrastructure for large-scale AI. Google has its own chips. Amazon has AWS Inferentia, Microsoft partners closely with NVIDIA, and Meta is building its own silicon. If Apple can create a competitive AI chip, it immediately joins that top tier, reducing its dependence on NVIDIA and carving out a space in the AI server market. And that's where the fear comes in. Google, in particular, has reason to worry. Apple controls the hardware that billions of people use every day. If Apple launches its own AI models trained and run on its chips, it could integrate them seamlessly into iPhones, iPads, Macs, and even wearables. That means Apple wouldn't need to rely on Google's Gemini or Microsoft's Copilot. It could lock users inside its own AI ecosystem, just like it's done with iMessage, the App Store, and AirPods. Imagine an iPhone where Siri is no longer the clunky assistant we know today, but a full generative AI rival to Google Assistant or ChatGPT, running natively, instantly, and privately thanks to Apple's own chips. That would be a nightmare scenario for Google, which currently pays Apple billions of dollars every year to remain the default search engine on Safari. If Apple replaces that search experience with its own AI-powered assistant, Google risks losing both influence and revenue. But this isn't just about search. Apple's AI chip could transform its entire product ecosystem. Think about FaceTime calls that are transcribed and translated in real time. Think about Final Cut Pro automatically editing videos with AI suggestions. Think about Apple Music building playlists based on your mood without sending data to the cloud. Apple's focus has always been privacy, and by running AI workloads on its own chips and servers, it can promise more secure, more private AI than competitors. That's a selling point Google and Meta struggle to match. Now, building an AI chip isn't easy. NVIDIA's dominance didn't happen overnight. It took years of innovation in GPUs, CUDA software, and developer ecosystems. Apple faces a huge uphill climb if it wants to challenge NVIDIA in the enterprise market. But Apple has advantages that others don't. Its chip design teams are world-class, its supply chain is massive, and its integration across hardware and software is unmatched. If any company can build a closed AI loop from silicon to services, it's Apple. The leak suggests that Apple's AI chip is already in testing, with production possibly set to ramp up by 2026. That means Apple could reveal its AI infrastructure strategy within the next year. The timing makes sense. AI is the hottest battleground in tech right now. Microsoft is embedding Copilot across Windows. Google is pushing Gemini into search and productivity apps. Meta is rolling out AI in Instagram and WhatsApp. Apple, by contrast, has been quiet. But that quiet may have been the calm before the storm. For investors, this could be huge. Right now, AI infrastructure is dominated by companies like NVIDIA, AMD, and Google Cloud. If Apple enters the space, it could disrupt the market overnight. Apple has the cash, the scale, and the user base to drive demand for AI-powered features. Imagine Apple bundling advanced AI services into iCloud or offering developers exclusive tools for building apps that run on Apple AI chips. That could create an entirely new revenue stream for the company. But the real fear for Google is simple. Apple has the power to shift user behavior. If the iPhone becomes the gateway to a new kind of AI-first internet, one where Apple controls the models, the chips, and the services, then Google risks being locked out. Losing Safari as the default search was already a major threat. Losing the iPhone as a search platform altogether would be devastating. So what happens next? If the leaks are true, we'll likely start to see hints of Apple's AI chip strategy in upcoming product launches and developer events. Maybe at the next WWDC, Apple will announce new AI frameworks powered by this silicon. Maybe the next iPhone will be marketed as AI-ready, setting the stage for services that arrive later. What's clear is that Apple doesn't want to play catch-up forever. It wants to lead. The AI wars are heating up. NVIDIA holds the crown for now. Google is betting on Gemini. Microsoft has partnered with OpenAI. Meta is flooding social media with AI integrations. But Apple may have been quiet for a reason. With a secret chip in development, it could be preparing to strike at the heart of its competitors and once again change the way we use technology. So what do you think? If Apple launches its own AI chip and ecosystem, will it dominate like it did with the iPhone, or is this one fight where Google, Microsoft, and NVIDIA can still hold their ground? Let me know in the comments below.